Holy fuck, we are back, everybody, on a Monday night. Tracks of the Damned. First of all, I'd like to absolutely thank all you wonderful, beautiful addicts that showed up earlier today as Reapers Underground went live at 1 p.m. I mean, that was like, I should still be in my coffin at that point. But the great band that I had on from Cyprus, Blind, was just a killer new record, and we got to go through some of their older stuff too. If you guys missed it, any of you, catch it on the replay on Facebook and YouTube, of course, Reapers Underground. But we are here to talk about this motherfucker right here, Nile's new record, The Underworld Awaits Us All. And what a fucking banger of a record. Wouldn't you agree, Hoofbeast?
Right now, it is my album of the fucking year. And there's so many really good ones. I know this thing is like, I've said before, like Indian food that has like 15 different flavors all the time that you can pick out. Every 5 to 20 seconds, you get a new flavor throughout, but it gives you resting places throughout. It's blistering tremolo picking, and then like four chord chug changes and gets you into something where they might hit 2 to 4 really slow power chords to let us breathe and let their songs breathe. Immaculate fucking guitar work. The fucking best drummer in the world. I'm fucking sorry, Gene Hoglan. This dude is a fucking monster. He can do fucking everything. George Colias can do fucking everything. He's so good.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And for the most part, I really do enjoy the drumming that he does on this record. Although for some of those slower moments, I wish things would have gotten a little bit simpler. I think it would have been just a little bit more like really punch it home, because he's giving you so much double kick, an unholy amount. And I mean, it's fucking phenomenal. It's flawless. I mean, he's got an internal clock going on, super fucking tight with everybody. But that's just me. I mean, everybody's taste is a little bit different. Definitely one of the most ferocious, most balls to the wall albums I've heard this year. I mean, I'm digging it. I am digging it. I've only been through the album one time. I do have a couple of favorites. That's for sure. And we're going to go song by song on this, as we always do, and give it to you like we only know how. But first, we're going to take a quick commercial break to It's Now Poison Valley Scareware. But we just don't have the new commercial just yet, but I'm going to keep pumping it because it's the same Facebook. Check that shit out. Allahu Akbar. That's right, Poison Valley Scareware. Definitely head over there, see the current designs that he has. There are so many more coming. All right. let us begin with this Megatron of a record. We already know that Hoof Beast. This is definitely a number one for him, which is totally awesome. And I definitely don't agree with how fucking impressing this album is. I mean, it literally, in my opinion, can go toe to toe with like a lot of these tech death bands. Shit. Fucking hell. It's like your favorite band, and I'm forgetting their name. This totally sucks.
Morbid Angel.
No.
Suffocation.
They blow Morbid Angel out of the fucking water. No. Much more technical, heavier. He's one of your favorite singers too. God damn it! I keep wanting to say
Cattle Decap.
Oh, I'm having a big brain fart.
Cattle Decap.
There it is. I kept wanting to say something different, but I had the right first letter. Yeah, like that. It can totally go toe to toe with them, Lorna Shore, any of these amazing artists, and honestly, I think it puts them all to shame by their technical ability. Right out of the gate, Stele of Vultures. Man, I hope I said that right. Man, what a song to open up with. It gives you the illusion that it's going to be kind of a somewhat of a slow burn, but man, within matter of seconds, it just turns into blast beat central. The guitar work, I must say, is world class. Such precision. And I think that's what you guitar guys call tremolo picking, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like very fast, very fluid picking, super fucking rhythmic, and Mousebong said Gesundheit beast.
Yeah, that was an odd one. You know, when I feed some of the animals at my store, I have to get into the seed, and the seed has this fine dust, and it fucking makes me sneeze crazy. And I feel like I have a little bit of that.
Damn, I'm stuck. The sound of my own voice must have blotted out that for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I always sneeze into my shoulders, shirt sleeve. I always try to turn away. So
that must be why. I'm so sorry. The intro fills by the drummer on this are just they're unholy brutal. Everyone's talking about fucking Eloy. This guy hits just as hard as Eloy does from Slipknot. He's Slipknot's new drummer. And Eloy don't got shit on this guy. I'm just going to tell you that right now. His technical ability, his timing, the off time rhythms. This first track, I mean, it's just like straight onslaught. If you could imagine lining up like several people in a firing range, that's exactly what this first track is to me. But it does give you, like you said, a little bit of room to breathe on this track. And that's kind of the case with a lot of these ones that are like much heavier. Not so much groove, but vocals, man, just when I think this dude's guttural couldn't go any lower, he does. But he can bring it right back up though too. And it's very crisp, not overproduced. There's no effects on his voice. It's just him. It's raw. And the guitar sound is fantastical. I just didn't hear much bass on this track.
Yeah, this one you don't, and there's really only 2 tracks where the bass really comes out.
Yes.
Yeah, just so you guys know, I always try to listen to these albums at least 5 times, and then usually the 5th or 6th time I listen to it and I nitpick through it, and I really try to be able to bring to you something about the structure and how they're writing the riffs. And to me, this album is genius. I happen to like the second half of the album better than the first half, The second half slows down quite a bit, and I will go through all of that loveliness. But a couple of interesting facts is they still have 3 of their founding members. So Carl Sanders handles all of the low gutturals. He has blonde hair. He's signed by Dean Guitars. He uses Invader pickups, and they bite in a certain way. The way he has his guitar set up is really nice. He does not use a bridge pickup. Or no, he only uses the bridge pickup, and just a volume knob. That's all he has. Nothing super fancy on there. Yeah, Overlords of the Black Earth is so fucking good. But these guys, actually, 2 of them are from Greenville, South Kakalaki, about an hour and 15 minutes north of where I am. I don't claim this as my home. It does not feel like my home at all, but they are going to be playing here January 14th. I don't know if I will still be here. If they are, I'm going to go see them. I'm not excited about the opening bands. I've already seen Psychroptic.
Yep.
And I've already seen 6 Feet Under, and I'm not excited to see them again at all. So this might be a show where I show up kind of late, get there at probably 9 o'clock just to make sure I don't miss out.
Hell yeah.
And then the drummer, George Callias, I don't know. I haven't read about like how they got together, but he's an original founding member from 1993.
Nice.
These guys have been doing this for over 31 fucking years. And damn, is this, when we think about what happened to Metallica, getting long in the tooth and just fucking losing it and not having it creatively and being fucking boring. These guys have done the fucking opposite. This is better. Their last album I thought was pretty damn good.
Oh, yeah.
The album before that was a little bit of a meh, but unholy God, this fucking album to me has everything. It's like my dream album, but you have to be ready for it. Like Cannibal Corpse is going to be super complicated, super fast, but you don't get the breathing room in most of the songs or even the type of variety. It's kind of like they're swinging you to one side and then they're going to give you a whole new flavor here and then a whole new flavor over here. These guys are fucking something else, but
definitely.
Let me talk a little bit about Stele of Vultures.
Oh,
right off the bat, it is sounding fucking epic. Really epic power chord opening. And then these long drum fills that are super freaking quick and just like blistering.
30 seconds.
He goes for like 3 or 4 of them. And they're fucking outstanding. The variety in this song and the entire fucking album is just so fucking tasty. It's like, do you want to eat mashed potatoes every day for the rest of your life and like only mashed potatoes? Or do you want to have like 6 or 8 different things to choose from to go in with those mashed potatoes like for the rest of your life? And they fucking give it to you, and it's fucking perfection. The chord changes, the way they will hold on to a chord is something else. And the dramatic effect. This fucking song, as almost all of them on the album, is the fucking kitchen sink throughout. The solo is so fucking good. There's chugging throughout this. Just everything is here. If you are into extreme technical metal. Sorry, I just spoke for fucking 5 minutes without taking a breath. I'm sorry. But a lot of what I just said is just going to be repeated throughout the rest of the evening.
Well, for
I
sure.
fucking love this album.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said on drummers that use 30-second notes. And a lot of the fills that between myself and Hoof Beast have talked about, just in this opening track alone, he does it where he breaks it up between his feet and his hands. So it's not all just, straight muscle from, one drum to the next. He's doing combinations and accenting with these crazy fucking guitar licks, which I love that shit. Mousebong made a comment earlier about how George loves his cymbals. That's because it is so fucking necessary, especially with this music. His use of China.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is a great accent point. And I don't think a lot of drummers could really pick up on something this complicated. But, again, this track flows so well together. Like the writing process, I mean, they just have it down to a fucking science. We got a lot of shit out here. We're talking about potatoes. It all started with Kyler. He said, mashed potatoes. Then he said baked potatoes, fried potatoes, and potatoes. He must be, well, actually, he does say that he is hungry. So, yes, he has like 10 cymbals. Yes, he does. But the thing is, though, some of them are effects. And there are a lot of brilliant drummers like him that know how to use those effect symbols, along with, your main 2 crashes. I love the sound of them as well. And it's crazy. I mean, they've been doing this for 30 years and nothing is slowing these guys down. I mean, it's very evident just in this first track.
Yeah, like I'm so glad you brought up the China, and that's the first thing you spoke about, his cymbals, because that's what really stands out. Well, one of the other things that really stands out is it sounds like he's fucking just nailing that China.
That's what I'm saying.
And the way it stands out, like you can really hear it. It's really an important part. And I really love the way it's mixed in. A lot of others might really back that out of the track, but that is so fucking right up front. And I love it.
Oh, shit. Aaron says he can do his voice perfectly. I'd love to hear it, man. God damn. Because this motherfucker's scary. I love his voice. And it's definitely not your usual run-of-the-mill extreme metal voice kind of guy. He's got, like I said, in this track alone, you hear multiple dimensions in his voice. Oh, he said sling blade, mind you. I thought you were being serious. I was like, man, you need to put on a clinic for us then. Yes, and that's why I made that comparison to George and Eloy, because right now, Eloy is being hailed as the fastest, most technical, and the hardest hitting drummer. And I'm like, I listen to this record and go, wanna bet?
When he was with Sepultura, Sepultura is not even in anywhere in the complicated league.
Nope.
And so he never, and Slipknot is not either.
Nope.
Like, to me, there's no fucking
there's no comparison here whatsoever.
To me, this guy is the fucking king, and I think most people in extreme metal will agree. So there's a lot of, like, I really love Frost, but Frost is more of a groove drummer now with 1349 and with Satyricon. And I just like watching Frost because Frost does the windmill, and he can because their songs are like mid-paced. They're not real fast. And he's fun to watch. The dude is fucking cut. He probably has 4% body fat. He fucking works out. He looks fucking amazing back there.
Mm-hmm. And, there's a reason all of us drummers have calf muscles the size that we do. It's because of what we do with our legs. It's ridiculous. These guys are monsters. Shit, let's move on. Because I was really thinking, I didn't think that the second track was going to get even heavier than the first one. It's called Chapter for Not Being Hung Upside Down. Oh, shit, I can't see the rest of it.
Here, I'll pull it up. I got to check into my phone because that's all I wrote, because the title is so long that's really all I wrote is Chapter for Not Being Hung Upside Down.
Yeah, so we'll just go with that.
I'll get it in just a second. Here we go. Chapter for not being hung upside down on a stake in the underworld and made to eat feces by the four apes. Babylon, I would
Damn.
like a comment. I'd like a comment from Babylon. And thank you, Babylon. I was okay after my evening Saturday night with all of my Jim Beam. I took the dogs for about a half-hour walk, and I was perfectly fine. Thanks for asking. That was a fun night, though.
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. To quote South Park there. Let's see here. Mousebong says, I love this song. Yes, definitely. Aaron says, I'm sure you're very talented. Just your musical knowledge is amazing, Mouse. Oh, shit. I thought he was. Never mind. There's just so many comments going on. It's like faster than usual.
Look at Mousebong getting all of this praise, and she does deserve it, guys. She
right.
fucking knows extreme metal. She'll take you down into the 70s for fucking blues and all kinds of like some of the best artists ever. Like she knows not just extreme metal, and she's fucking a monster with that. But she knows all kinds of music. Like it's really a joy to speak with her about music.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's great to know that there are more musical nerds out there than just us. You know, thought we were a rarity. I mean, to see how far this band has come. Let me jump back into the track because I don't want to get too off topic. But this track opens up again with a nice riff, leading us in with another onslaught of unholy drum fills and straight into blasphemous fucking good shit. This song is very unrelenting. And you know, you kind of hit upon this already, but the guitar solo, I love the work. It's so fucking good. The riffs are super tasty. Even though it's not groove, you can still move with it, which I really kind of dig that about Nile. But yeah, this song, like I said, for me, it's like, whoo, you guys just don't stop. So I started to wonder, like, is the entire record this way? Because there's going to be people that might not be able to keep up with it, you know, but you'll find out later that's not the case. But yeah, I mean, just a great fucking song. If you're pissed off and you want to gnaw on somebody's flesh or some tree bark because they done pissed you off this bad, this song's for you.
Yeah, so I wrote cram-packed with variety, and man, is it ever. And there's a whole lot to chew on. Like, this is not an easy perusal, but it does at least give you the breathing. So I've listened to it, and there's a formula that they have. They don't use it all of the time, but they use it a lot of the time. So they might start off with a like chug, 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 and then they're going to go into some tremolo picking that is blistering as fast as you can go tremolo picking. And George's fucking blast beats are just fucking really, really good. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Mousebong. Everybody can read that title all the way from beginning to end.
And what I love about this is the fact that it's all centered around ancient Egypt.
Yeah. So back to the like formula that they have. They'll start off with some like maybe 4 to 6 power chords, and then they go into blast beats, and then they will come out with usually 3, normally 4 power chords to take you out of that blast beat, and then they're going to hit 2 to 4 really slow power chords that they let ring out. And while that's going on, there's all kinds of drum fucking amazement going on. And on 2 of the tracks, you're going to hear the bass kick in, and then the second and third guitarist. This band plays with 3 guitarists,
That explains so much.
and they actually use the 3 guitars with their layering. It sounds really, really good.
Ooh, there is not a lot of bands like this that could say that they can do that. I mean, I've seen bands that have a third guitarist and they're nowhere near this heavy. And a lot of times it's just like, why? Why is it there? Here, oh man. You know, I was wondering if they had done, you know, a third, like second guitar overlay. Nope, I guess not. it's you know, a third member, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So Babylon, like I would say, like maybe the best one might be it's like the shirt that I'm wearing is
Yeah.
I think it's For Those the Gods Detest. Yeah, They Whom the Gods Detest. I think it came out in like 2009 or 2010. I think this is a more palatable, really kind of catchy one. Or this fucking out. This album's really good too, but I like the second half. I think Babylon, you being a Doom guy, I think you're going to really like the second half of the album a little bit more. I love it when things slow down. They still have the blistering tremolo parts in it, but boy, so damn good.
Oh, he was actually on time tonight, Austin. he jumped right in there. Half the people didn't even realize he was there till I put him up on the screen.
Babylon, do you see how important you are to this?
Exactly.
Yeah, and Mousebong is always like, she's like our third partner on this show most of the time. She is always giving us so much to kind of help. I feel like she helps us along as well. And she can give us, it's like a third perspective all of the time. Like I can always count on her.
And you can also guarantee that no other metal show like ours will actually allow that to happen. Mm-hmm. You're usually just getting one person's view and that's it. So, this show is just as much for you that it is for us, guys. Oh, yeah, that's another good one. Annihilation of the Wicked 2005.
Oh, yeah. Babylon, since you're getting into playing drums, the first song is Cast Down. I think it's the first track. It might be the second track. Anyways, the track is called Cast Down the Heretic. And oh my gosh, it is the fastest, like 15 seconds of metal, or maybe even 7 seconds of metal ever. It's so fucking fast. That's a really good album as well. And the first two are really, really good as well.
Absolutely. I was going to say, if anybody caught on to them in the mid to late 90s, I mean, they just keep getting better and better and better, you know, always up in the game, always actually changing the game at the same time. That's just not a lot of bands that have been around this long that can do what they're doing. Yes, it is absolutely face melting. I absolutely agree. Super appropriate. To Strike with a Secret Fang. There's a lot about this song that I really dig because it definitely still, like, they're keeping the intensity, but it's not super close to the first two. They have a lot more sections where it actually kind of gets a bit proggy at times. They are definitely kind of mixing meters together, which is really cool. I always love that aspect because, especially in extreme metal like this, it's fun to see how a drummer's going to react to it. Sometimes it's fucking amazing, like this one. And then sometimes it's just like, what the fuck were you thinking, man? No. Everyone is so tight and smooth transitions from part to part. And I really kind of dig that. because, you know, obviously these first two tracks, super blasting, just Megatroning it all the way through. And then this one gives you, like I said, a lot of mixed meter, as well as some blasts here and there, but there's some groovier parts too, even though George is keeping the 30-second note or double stroking of the bass drums throughout it. Now that is where I'm kind of like, this would have been kind of cool though if he could have used a broken 16th note triplet instead of just 30-second noting it through. It works, don't get me wrong, and this is just me as a drummer. I like it when they can let different parts of, I mean, you got three guitarists playing incredible fucking notes, but when they're not cramming it, they're not shredding it all the way through. When you get into more of a groove kind of situation, sometimes you can kind of let the double kicks rest and use it more broken up as opposed to all the way through. But other than that, this song is fan-fucking-tastic with me.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I don't like it as much as the second half, but it's a fucking great song. Like I will never skip this fucking song. Like there might be one that I might skip, maybe, but I don't know. I've only listened to the album 6 times. So I
think I know what it is too. But it's beautiful. But you know, it's not something you're gonna rock out to though.
No, I love that. That it kind of has the flavor and the feel to me that Orchid does on Master of Reality. I really welcome it, and they're really kind of pulling in that Egyptian sound. And I know what you're talking about.
It. Yes, they absolutely nailed it. Okay, so maybe it's the other song that I'm thinking you don't like. I had two possibles for you.
There aren't any that I don't like. It's just one of them is more thrashy. And it's more thrashy, and I thought that was the one that might be a little bit more proggy. But it's still a good song. It's still a very good song, but I don't think it's definitely not up with the second half of the album.
Yeah, for sure. I think I know which track you're talking about. It's either the one we're about to talk about or the one right after.
Yeah, it's the one. Segue. You're right. It's the one we are about to talk about.
I knew it. Yeah. Because I was going to start with that very thing. This one gets even weirder, folks. You know, especially for some of you guys out there in the Morgrot universe, if you're not used to hearing really off time kind of beats, this one's kind of going to throw you for a loop. So we've gone from total annihilation, definitely not for the faint of heart, to wow, we just got, you know, Yes and Phil Collins' old band, kind of a mixture in its construction, not in its sound, obviously. But it gets really kind of weird proggy. But I don't know. For me, I love that shit. I don't mind that because I love the educational part of it, the musicianship. But it's definitely not a super strong tune on the record. I will agree with Hoofbeast on that. Vocals are just killing it all the way through. I haven't heard one thing I haven't liked.
We've upset the mouse.
Yeah, right.
Mousy is upset.
Oh, I know. See, I'm right with Mouse though.
I agree.
I love Mad Weird. I mean, shit, I still listen to old Frank Zappa. Fuck. It doesn't get much weirder than him.
No, I agree. It's a very good song. To me, it just doesn't have the same feel as the other songs do. Like, it's not as dark as the others. This one is, dare I say, for Nile, it's a little thrashy, kind of upbeat thrashy.
Yeah.
At times. It's still really, really good.
No, I'm not trying to like make anyone think that this is a suck ass track, because it's not. I don't want to scare you away with the word proggy. Because obviously there are some of us that really do like that super technical stuff, but oh hell yeah, we got all kinds of love for Frank Zappa out there in the attic session. Awesome. I mean,
She has, I believe she has like first pressings
Oh
from
my
Zappa.
God.
She's a huge Zappa fan, really big.
Babylon 2, apparently. Hey, what's up, Johnny Necro in the house? What's going on, brother?
No, Mouse. We were talking about uh, so to strike with Secret Fang. Yes, that is proggy. Like I didn't say anything about that. No, that one is dark. It has the Nile
Yeah,
flavor that everything else does. It's the next one, Nakata the Second. Enter the Golden Age.
there.
And
I was leaving
that's
them
the
for you to
one.
say.
That's the one we're talking about. That it just doesn't have quite the same darkness. It does sound like Nile, but it doesn't have quite the same darkness
Right.
that the rest of the album has. It's still dark, but not the same. But still good. Like I'm not going to skip it. Like there is no such thing as a bad song, especially on this album with Nile.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, that was my bad, Mouse. I'm sorry. I didn't say the title of the track. Um, Besides, I don't think I could have got past the first word. So I'm glad Brother Hoofbeast took care of that for me.
yeah, so for Nakata Second, Enter the Golden Age, it has an epic beginning, really cool, kind of big power chords in the beginning. And to me, this is the one that's a little thrash inspired proggy as well. This one has really good bass in the mix, though you
It
can
does.
hear the bass, not throughout, but you can hear the bass. This one, and then there's another song that has the bass a little bit more. I love the solo in this song. It's fucking beautiful, so clever, and it has so much variety. And the two guitarists that are doing the solos work off of each other really well. Um, Carl tends to do a little bit more of the pinch harmonics and he does a lot more of the sweep picking. And whereas the other guy's just real quick, real fast and kind of blistering fast with his solos and using the whammy quite a bit. Carl uses the whammy quite a bit as well. And that's all I wrote for that song. But it's a very good track. It's just to me maybe not the same. It feels a little different than the rest of the band. It's really good.
Hell yeah. So apparently, Babylon and Mousebong are having a discussion about Frank Zappa out there. Babylon says, I have an original Zappa concert poster from Germany for Freak the Chic concert promotion. And she says, unholy fuck, that is awesome. I have an original 60s subway sized poster of Zappa. Wow! Zappa crappa. Zappa taking a shit. Oh man. Yeah, he was pretty good for all that awesome type of candid moments.
I haven't seen that image in gosh, probably since like 94, 95.
Yeah, that was definitely around the time that the whole Woodstock thing came back. People were feeling their 60s and 70s roots there due to Austin Powers coming out and all that shit, which was cool. It was cool, but as quick as it went in, it went right back out. As a matter of fact, I think that's the last time that the Black Crowes had a really, really good career. Oh, I love it. Nice. Austin also apparently loves him some Zappa as well. Cool. Now to a track that just was kind of like, wow, I didn't see it coming, but I absolutely dig it. And this was the one that I thought Hoofbeast might not like, but the fucking guitar work on this song, it is an instrumental. It's a guitar instrumental solo. And man, to me, it really does kind of make you step back into time as if you were, walking through the Golden City or whatever the fuck it's called, Hamunaptra, and just seeing all the Egyptian marketplaces and stuff. Just very, very beautiful, very I guess what would be in that style from the
It's
Egyptian folk music.
it's like Egyptian kind of classical folk music with I believe this is a steel string guitar, but I
Okay.
don't know how the hell they recorded this. It sounds so luscious and buttery. It is gorgeous. And it gives me the same feel, the kind of break in between all of the crazy goodness that
Right.
a Black Sabbath Master of Reality gives us. I
Ah,
love this in there. Like I won't skip through that ever. Like I really love it. It's so tasteful and it fits and it creates such a theme in the middle of the album. And this is where the album changes a bit after this
yes, from this
instrumental
point
track.
on, yeah. It's called Pentagrammatheon of Nephraka. It's another really long title. And Cody actually mentioned this earlier that obviously he is also a very, very big fan of history. So definitely, I mean, I've studied Egyptian history on and off, all the pharaohs and all that shit for quite some time. Still one of my favorite iconic films of all time, The Mummy. I love that shit. So this band is
Yeah.
right up your alley if you're really into that.
I flew into Cairo on August 9th of 2014 and we did a 7-day tour of Egypt, and it was
Mm,
amazing. Sorry if the train is like 80 yards away. It is so fucking loud all the
it
time.
adds to the flavor.
Yeah, it wakes you up. I'm used to it now. I just like go back to sleep. But anyways, we started off our first day and we went to the pyramids in the morning, and man, is it flipping hot there. And is Cairo, Egypt ever a poor city? Cram packed, one one traffic light in the entire city,
Woo.
one Starbucks. We got our driver to drive us all the way out because I collect those Starbucks mugs, and I got the Egypt one and the Cairo one.
Mm,
Those are so hard to get because there's only one Starbucks, or at least there was in 2014. Gosh, that's 10 years ago. But
wow.
so we did the pyramids, and of course the Sphinx. You start off with the
Oh,
Sphinx and
sure.
then you go up to the pyramids. I got to touch the Great Pyramid on the cornerstone piece. It
No
was so
shit.
cool. I got pictures with. I should have given you those to upload because it really fits Nile's theme of Egypt. And then we spent the afternoon that is not air conditioned in their museum where they keep the mummies and stuff. That's air conditioned, but the rest of the
Oh, sure.
museum is not air conditioned. But oh my gosh, what an amazing museum. And it's not as clean and proper as like our museums like in New York and Chicago and Washington D.C. But boy, that was great. Then
Mm.
the next morning we did a hot air balloon. No, that
Oh,
was a few days later. We went over Luxor. We took a Nile cruise all the way down the Nile, and we stopped every day at amazing places. One hell of a trip. That country needs your tourist dollars. They're kind of starving. They're really hurting because
mm,
of all
right.
of the Muslim extremist bullshit that went on in the 2000, early 2000s to late 2000s. The Muslim Brotherhood ran through there and caused all kinds of trouble in like 2008, 2009, and they've scared a lot of people away. Oh, hey, Sydney.
Thanks for popping in.
Um,
99.
but if you can ever do that trip is affordable. Like I would fucking go there again. I had a PhD Egyptian history candidate accompany us the whole trip. I think it was like $2,000 for 3 people with the guide, and going down 5 days for that. And maybe it was 2,400 with the first 2 days. We did Abu Simbel, which are these giant iconic statues, and that has a whole big story. But oh my gosh, like my brain was just smoking every day from all of the information and all the visual stuff you're seeing every day. What an amazing trip. If you can ever go to Egypt, totally do it.
Yeah, definitely. I would probably have to take a tranquilizer to get from here over to there because I hate flying. But if that's what I have to do, damn it, I'm like the white Mr. T, who can't get on a plane without, being knocked the hell out and you wake up in the next place. I just hate flying. That's just me. Mouseball concurs. Egypt is a dream. Home of the mad Arab. If you're into the Necronomicon lore that comes out of there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you. Well, actually, you know what? Before we discuss the second half, we need to give you guys a taste. And we're going to do that right now because if you have not heard any of what we've talked about so far, here's a little taste to get you through. Check it out.
That's a good taste. Hey, Yabelka, thanks for coming. Nice to see you. Oh, shit,
you made it. I was wondering where you were at, girl. Hell yeah.
So
she has the best emojis. Where do you get these awesome emojis? Austin says,
yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah, we'll be talking about this, but that's what most of the album is like. It's stuff like that. It's so good. It's just so much to chew on. You're not going to get bored listening to this album. Like a dream show for me would be, and I'm probably going to say, I know somebody corrected me a while ago. Belphegor. I'm not sure the right way to say it, but I fucking love them. Super complicated, great riffage, super blasphemous. That's what I love. And
obviously,
and then I want to see Nile in this show. Belphegor, Nile, Suffocation, and Morbid Angel. That is a dream death metal.
That's a dream show right there
for me. I mean, Belphegor is like blackened death metal.
Mm-hmm. And I just have to say, Belphegor just kind of sounds cooler to me. But if that's not the right way to play it or say it, then I guess we'll just have to go with the way it's actually pronounced. But that's how I always thought it was. Anyone that's ever talked about that band to me has also called them that way. So that's really interesting.
Yeah, so the first song on the second half, this is where I started putting stars next to almost every song for the whole rest of the half. And it's because things slow down and it gets kind of doomy. And it's fucking so dark when it gets slow. It's like blistering knife jabbing when it's really fast with the tremolo picking. But then the big fucking cave beast comes in.
Mm-hmm.
When it slows down, it's like some big Egyptian monster. It's fucking amazing. So the song is called Overlords of the Black Earth. It's so good. It starts off with this ascending riffage that's different from anything else on the album. So that helps make the song stand out. Blistering pace with all kinds of riff changes. It's such an amazing song, and the bass is prominent in this song as well. There were two, and this one has the standout prominent bass. During the breakdown, especially the breakdown I'm calling it a breakdown. I hate that from like deathcore, but if this is where they get really slow and change stuff up, and Carl Sanders gets like his really low gutturals on there.
Big time.
I fucking love, and this is where the backing female operatic vocals come in on this song. And I love this. It's kind of screechy and witchy throughout. It kind of pierces through stuff. And it's really different. It stands out, but I think it really fits and adds to it.
Yes.
And then the chugging and the pace changes. Sometimes these are really slow, heavy chugs. And then just and the groove that is in those pace changes, like there is fucking really slow groove in there, and then Carl's low vocals throughout or with the slow parts really carry the song. An amazing track, Overlords of the Black Earth.
It was definitely a great, happy surprise. That just after that beautiful guitar track, that they took it there. I didn't think that they would, but they did. And I'm like, I was thinking even in some of the earlier songs on the record that there were a couple of moments where if they would have just like played it out a little bit more, it could have went there. But they really bring up the darkness like oh, son of a bitch. Just left my head. The dog damn it. You guys know what I'm talking about. The Lord of the Underworld in ancient Egyptian culture is like coming up from the depths. Like Hoofbeast was just talking about. Anubis, thank you. God damn it. I am
Anubis.
Mind is literally all over the motherfucking place today. At any rate, you know, I love that. It paints that picture like you're either getting pulled down into the underworld or something big and nasty is coming out of it. This song definitely Overlords of the Black Earth. Come on. It totally fits the name of the track. So
welcome, Raven's Grimoire.
Oh shit! What's up, girl? Yeah, she is a vendor who makes a lot of cool stuff. That was our booth mates at the Nashville Horror Con. Hey, girl! Thanks for jumping in. Good to see you. We're talking about Nile's new album.
Yeah, so just by coincidence, last night I tattooed 3 Egyptian pyramids behind Anubis. Anubis is on the dude's hand, starting to go up his wrist, and then I've got the 3 pyramids, and then I did a King Tut on there, and then I started off with the lightning bolts and then clouds all coming up in it. So that's what I did for it took like 7 hours to do that last night.
Oh man, I told you to send me pictures.
That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Did you take pictures at least?
Yeah, I've got pictures. Yeah, it's just not done yet, and the lightning bolts look a little bit more like roots right now because I have to put like 6 different colors in these lightning bolts to make, and then I have to soften the ins or the outside edges of each lightning bolt with a slightly darker value to make them look rounded and soft. And I didn't get to do any of that. So, but the pyramids are done. The pyramids are done. They took me a long time because they're small and I had to put all this detail. I used a 5-round needle on those for all that detail.
Any particular reason that he chose King Tut?
He's always loved Egyptian history. He's always loved how dark it is, and he just wanted King Tut on him with his Anubis.
Oh, that's cool. Some people they choose different leaders from at different points in the ancient Egyptian. So I just figured there might have been a reason. That's awesome, though.
Yeah, I shared the picture with Mouse Bong, so she's seen the pyramids. Thank you, Mouse Bong.
Damn it!
I'll share it with you after.
Well, thank goodness. Cody says, I'd love to have an Anubis tattoo. Babylon says the same. Looks like you got 2 more customers, brother. JD says, bro, I have a tat done that is a pentagram shaped goat head. Awesome. Super cool.
Yeah. You guys will, in a couple months, you guys will have to move out to Washington State, because I'll be moving out to Washington State soon. So I have been going through, and Babylon doesn't know this, but my life has kind of been like a tornado has hit it, and there's all kinds of change about to happen. So there was some destruction, and now all kinds of beautiful, good things are coming through, and it's all going to work out, but just have to be patient and let it unveil. Like, there's some sad things, like I'm not going to be able to hang out closely with Reaper like I thought I was, but a lot of big changes coming up when I'm going to Washington State. That's where my dad and my sister are, and that's where I feel connected and I feel at home, with that ocean, those Cascade Mountains and the volcanoes, the cypress and the blue spruce trees. Like, that's my fucking home. Black metal galore. Hell yes.
Nothing wrong with that, because, from the darkest of moments, light always shines through. There's always a way to the next chapter. So all those compassion conjures I've done for you, in my opinion, have definitely worked out for the better.
Yeah, even though it didn't help you all that much.
No, it didn't. It makes me sad, but you know what? My brother lives in Seattle, so I can always come up. I just actually talked to him the other day. We'll talk about that later, though. Yes, Babylon. Yes, serenity through chaos. That's usually how it works. You guys, I was highly publicized, my fucking chaos, for almost 3 goddamn months. And then I'm kind of thrust in a different chaos. Mercury retrograde right now has literally kicked the ass of everybody that is closest to me, including myself. So I live and feel everyone's pain. Oh, how cool. Yabelka says, I saw Belphegor in 2019. Wow, that was right before COVID. Ooh, nice. That had to be so cool. Cody says, soon as you get there, go walk barefoot and let those roots sink in. Exactly right. Fuck yeah.
Hopefully I'll have a place that has an extra room where people can come visit.
Right. Hey, you know me, man. I'll just plop my ass on the floor. I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna start a tattoo business there.
As well as you should. JD says 1,062 miles from me. All right. Under the Curse of the One God. And I believe that was the track that was playing, that we played a little bit ago. Yeah. So you guys got a nice little 30-second taste of such chaos that is so beautifully done. What can I say about this one? It just keeps getting better and better. There is more and more evidence of groove throughout. It's like we got through the most. I mean, this still shreds. Don't get me wrong. It's just that it's got slower parts. It's got real evident grooves, but man, you're still getting that blast to the face. Every time you turn around. I think it's just a very well done track that definitely lives up to its name.
Yeah, Under the Curse of the One God I wrote amazing song. This one got a star. The first 5 songs after the instrumental all got a star for me. I can't pick out which one is my favorite for different reasons. The last track of the entire album is another instrumental, and it's beautiful.
Definitely. I don't know. Let me see here. For me, it's 2 tracks. The 2 tracks before the final are the ones that hit me the best, I would say. Ones that I could probably wear the fuck out. I could literally listen to the whole record, but the 2 tracks that we'll be talking about in a minute, those ones are I can't decide which one I like better.
Yeah, Under the Curse of the One God, amazing song, super slow, chuggy, and blistering in between. It's a roller coaster ride. The slow uptick, and then the fucking like a really, really fast stuff.
Yep.
And once again, here are the operatic female backing vocals. They fit in superbly. I love it. All of the artistic choices on this album are fucking genius. Love it.
Not a lot of, extreme metal bands such as Nile can really pull it off, but damn. Her voice is just immaculate. I love it. I love that. It almost kind of reminds me of a crone. Like a crone would sing. Shit, one of those mystic ladies from ancient Egypt had the veil and everything over the face. And got all the freaking crazy sigils and jewelry on. Oh man, that's what I think of when I hear it. And it really, really works for them. Super good.
Yeah, this is the first song where they're really doomy and they just continue on.
Definitely. Mousebong, yes, great track. Very old school Conjuring, definitely. Stop it, JD. Don't do it again. This is your one warning, sir. No, that new album could go straight up their fucking candy asses. That's what that can do. Mousebong says it could be a slam metal song if it had big vocals. You're so right. I just can't. Man, I can't take a lot of that. I never have been able to. I could take it in small doses if they like mix it up. But the ones that just do it like all the way through, it's so goddamn.
Yeah, that's usually called deathcore.
Right.
And me no like you deathcore. No, thank you,
nope.
deathcore.
No thanks. That's where we tap. Or make us run, one or the other. Doctrine of Last Things. Again, super fucking doomerific. But still, like I said, though, the more this just becomes like so groovy, the intensity is not lost anywhere. Not too many things I got to really say about this one, except for the drummer. I have to say again, we could, there's nothing wrong with having those sick fucking fills. And I know this is kind of odd to say, but I go back to Dave Lombardo on this. That guy, when he does fills, they are so well done, super fast, very hard hitting, but sometimes it will be interspersed between slow, maybe a little bit simpler double kicks, or even a mixture of single and double. And there's a little bit of evidence on this particular track with it, but still, it would just be so cool if he would just let that bottom drop out all the way. That's my only gripe.
I think it's kind of a conscious choice. Like these guys are known for being like a real technical death metal band, and so it's the fucking kitchen sink. and I think that's kind of what they want to push forward. I totally get what you're saying, but yeah, they're a fucking kitchen sink band.
Well, at least when they do it, it's precise and it's phenomenal as fuck. For me, it's just as a musician, I would be just as impressed if sometimes the drummer lays back a little bit, because when we do that, that's when the bassist can kind of come through a little bit more.
Yeah. I think it was 93 when Morbid Angel's Covenant came out.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Trey Azagot really started to do his sludgy, dissonant riffage that's weird and doomy. This is where it really came out. He started in not Pleasures, something in Blasphemy. I can't think of it right now, but I actually have like a big cloth printout. Blessed Are the Sick. How the hell did I
Oh,
not
yeah.
the Blessed of the Sick album. You hear it, but they're still kind of fast paced quite a bit.
Right.
Ray slows down on the Covenant album, and then it's on Domination This Way. It's this way big time in Heretic, and I really like that in there. So Doctrine of Last Things reminds me a lot of Morbid Angel. Like, this is kind of an ode to Trey. And wouldn't you know that this is the first year that Nile formed when Covenant came out. So I can't help but wonder, and like if I ever get to interview Carl, I'm going to ask him about Trey. And I'm sure there's probably interviews he's got to be influenced by Trey. Trey's one of my favorite guitarists of all time.
Yeah.
This is super sludgy, dissonant, and chuggy. Here again, we have the backing operatic female vocals again. Thank you. It's so fucking good. And this song has these single notes that they're holding onto and pulling you one way. So he's really bending on the notes a lot and holding that note, and kind of, it's not exactly a doom way, but it really is kind of like something that Trey would do. So I love this song. This song got a fucking star for me.
Oh, definitely. I love it. Anytime that they throw in some of those, I mean, it's your fault, Hoof Beast, for getting me really, really kind of hooked on the dissonant stuff, because it's just so, it just makes even more darker than what the hell it was intended. Mousebong says the momentum does dissipate a bit on Doctrines, not in a bad way, but almost as if it were intended to mark this to be a two-sided record, which, in shit, 30 years ago, you goddamn right. You are absolutely correct. Where each side is distinctive differences. That was such the beauty of having more than one side. Even on a cassette, I would have taken this album on a cassette or vinyl. Shit, I'm sure they have a vinyl out for it. Well, I don't know.
They will.
You think
they
so?
totally will. Yeah, they will. Oh, they totally will. They're on, I think, Nuclear Blast Records. They're totally putting vinyl out. I mean, everybody's
even
selling
with that many tracks.
Yeah, but some of them are long on the first half, and then they're a bit shorter songs on the second half.
That's true.
Not all of them are. Yeah,
it must balance out.
Yeah, it'll probably be a two-sided.
Hell yeah.
All right. And the title track is The Underworld Awaits Us. No, wait, no. We're not on that one. We are on, this is the song on my first listen through. This was the song that I starred that I was like, wow, this fucking song is different. True Gods of the Desert. This is the doomiest, slowest song on the record. Yep. It's the chuggiest and the grooviest on the album. And this one, too, has Trey Azagot and his kind of sludgy, dissonant kind of riffage. It's really fucking good. I fucking love this. It lets the album breathe, but it's fucking dark.
And this marks the first of what I consider to be my favorite track off of the record. This song spoke to me in multiple volumes of just, man, nothing gets me than a slow, chuggy riff that just makes you feel like you're a barbarian in a savage land, and you're wielding a huge motherfucking broadsword and an axe in the other, and you're just cutting down everything in your way. It's like the footsteps. Shit, Conan the Barbarian. Let's go there. You know what I mean? Oh, so fucking good, man. And his voice and those long gutturals, just unholy goodness. Whew. That's about all I can say about that one.
It's a great talk. If you like Doom and sludgy, dissonant, weird Doom, this is your track.
Oh, shit. Cody says they're going to be there on January 7th in Nashville. Well, I know who's going to that. At least I hope so. Hell yeah. Enjoy that shit.
Yeah, so the next one is the title track. This also has a fucking star, 5 stars in a row for the second half of the album.
Yes.
This one really leans heavily into the bending notes, and I really like it. So sometimes he's hitting the string several times, but he's bending it at the same time. And Carl's been doing this shit for years and years and years. Great chugging, such complicated riffs. There's a clean resting part with single notes that's really beautiful and very different for them. And I really liked them adding this in there. Always pushing the envelope creatively. I fucking love these guys for that. And I really love the slow part in the groove. Like I think it might have been JD asked a while back, like if there was one track that I could pick. Right now, I can't. I've only listened to the album. I've listened to it 6 times. The last track, True Gods of the Desert, was the track that super stood out to me, although I liked everything. When I listened with earbuds.
Yep.
Like good earbuds. Like I totally recommend, don't listen to this shit on your phone. Even if you've got a really nice phone, don't listen to it on your phone. Or without like earbuds. Use your earbuds. But this one is fucking amazing. I wonder what you guys who have listened to it, what you think of this one. This might be one of my favorites as well. Anytime there's Morbid Angel type shit, though, like I'm going to fucking jump on that. So Doctrine of Last Things and then True Gods of the Desert, those are the 2 where I can really hear Trey Azagot in there. And so those are some of my favorites.
Yes. True Gods of the Desert. I mean, if I'm this excited about it, and it takes a lot to impress me. Because, I mean, I've heard so many great technical, proficient, extreme metal bands. And sometimes they just start to sound the same in certain ways. And it's like, okay, I get it. But the fact that they were able to show, they're definitely telling a story here, without a doubt. So the fact that after we got to that midway point with that beautiful guitar interlude, the whole second half of this record, it starts to show you a different part of the story, and it truly is an epic fashion. I mean, whenever you see movies about anything involving Egypt and ancient Egypt and stuff like that, the orchestral pieces are always huge in the beginning, but man, the tension just builds and builds and builds all the way through to the very end. And that's kind of how I feel about this record. The Underworld Awaits Us All is my second pick for favorite track, which you guys know me. Reaper never really digs the title track of any record because they're always a letdown. Only a few far in between does it really say, like, this is befitting of the title of the album. And this one just, it gives you a look into in exactly right, the underworld, and what is going to await you at that point. This song drives you right into that world. Like you just crossed, the sticks, if you will. I hate using that term, but it's still really cool mythology. You've crossed sticks, but you're going down into this underworld. And I don't know. That's really all I can say about that. And then, man, does this album really end on an amazing note? The only way I can really describe it is a changing of consciousness. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like that the clean resting part that's in there. I can kind of feel that part.
Yep. Like Absolutely, man. Ooh, it's like you've died. Yeah, you're swimming the ether, man, and it's like you're getting sucked into that underworld tractor beam. That's exactly how. I mean, it's just beautiful in its construction. It doesn't make too much sense to me why, whenever they talk about the guitar legends, living legends today, they don't talk about guitarists like this from these bands. You know what I'm saying? How can you not include these guys? They're fucking brilliant. Yeah. And just like I made that comparison at the beginning of the show about the drummer, but yet what you see being blasted out everywhere is a drummer that couldn't even hold 1/3 of the taint that George has. I think we're really missing something here. Thank you, JD. Says, great show tonight, brothers. Have to run. Holler at me. Absolutely, I will, brother. Don't you worry. Just been waiting to get past a little something first. So we'll get there. I think she means Nile. Nile has always been criminally underrated. I just don't get it. I don't see it. I don't know why. But at the same token, I agree. When people think of heavy bands, it's like they shy away from the really good technical stuff. Like these guys are just so wonderfully musically gifted. And then, something like, don't get me wrong. Lamb of God is definitely a phenomenal band, but they're a little overrated when it comes to a band like this. I don't kill me. I know there's probably some people going, you fucker. But seriously, though, this is the most exciting record I think I've heard all year. And I have to agree with Hoofbeast. This very well could be album of the year. The only other people that I think that could be in a contendership for that is if Gojira put something out this year.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I've been waiting for Gorguts. I want Gorguts to put.
Them too.
I really like the Oculus album. I think that one is really good.
It is.
And I love Inquisition's album this year. And some people have not rated it highly, but it's so different. The keyboards, and it's more clean, and the use of arpeggios, kind of atmospheric, beautiful arpeggios is really different. So I love that album as well. But this one, first listen with headphones, I was like, unholy shit, it's so good.
Seriously, you weren't kidding. I was like, oh, okay. They must be doing all the things that you love.
I don't know if you posted the one that Bonkster said, I love to hear a title track that showcases the album all wrapped up into one song. Amazing riffs, ridiculous drumming, face-melting solos. It has it all.
Literally.
It really does. Like, it's the level of inspiration. Like, if we compared Nile, and they're really different bands, but like to Lamb of God had, like, the first 3 albums were fucking amazing. and I don't care for Burn the Priest all that much. But the first albums are really amazing. And then after that, they just lost inspiration. Once they hit Wrath, they're too rhythmic oriented, and I didn't like them. They lost a lot of their groove. They've tried to get back, but they're not back to what they once were.
No.
But Nile is fucking throwing down on this album, guys. This is 31 years in the making, and here they are they've come up with this. This is genius work. And I'll tell you, if you didn't go back to last November, and if you haven't heard Suffocation's album from last year, it's really, really, really good. And I didn't have it in my top 10, and I should have. And that was a tough list. Last year was a crazy year.
Man. So many great releases.
Super crazy year.
Fucking Dying Fetus just...
Yeah, that was really
good. What a fucking record that was. Damn. But I definitely agree with you, though. Incantation. I would say Incantation, Pallbearer, because I think that album is really, really kind of brilliant. Some people might not like it.
Did I say Incantation? If I did, I meant Inquisition. If I said, I meant to say
Inquisition.
You
know what? No, I fucked that up.
Okay, I thought maybe I could totally do that. I could totally see me doing that. Incantation had an album last year that was pretty good.
And I think that's probably why I said that, because we switched to 2023 for a second. No, that's my fault. Totally my fault. Oh my God, last year was so good. And it's not that there hasn't been a lot of good releases, but to be like a real high contender, even in like, let's say top 10, this one, the Pallbearer record, Inquisition, definitely those three are in there, some higher than others. The Oculus album, I think, also fits in there. And
Ulcerate,
fuck.
Yeah.
And then shit.
Job for a Cowboy put out a good one too, and I forgot to bring that album up to people, but Job for a Cowboy has an amazing proggy technical death metal album. It's really good.
Fucking cool.
And then Spectral Voice, if you haven't heard that one yet, it is fucking Funeral Doom from beginning to end. Movie soundtrack. It's fucking amazing as well. And that band I've got to see them. They are on tour. We've already talked about this before. Morbid Angel, Suffocation, Uwada, Mortiferum from Seattle. That's a Death Doom band, maybe a little bit Funeral Doom. And then Spectral Voice. That is the tour that I'm the most excited about this year. It's so good. Oh my gosh, Yabelka, you have no idea. Mouse Mom, tell her about your vinyl collection. Oh my gosh. She's been collecting since like 2001 or 2002.
Don't forget about that symphonic black metal album that came out that we did a review on. He's a one-word name.
Starts with an I. Fucking Isan.
Isan. Yep. That one is also a contender for me in the top 10. I really bonded with that record, and it's weird, but I like it.
It's good. It's very, very different.
It's very different in a good way. It's not like Flesh God Apocalypse. They're always my reference for using way too many strings and keys at all times. But that is our review, guys, of this. Wow. An album that just goes to show you that, people want to say metal's dead and they need gateway bands and shit. You know what? Fuck that. You need Nile in your life.
One little thing that we didn't hit the last track, which is another instrumental. It closes out the album.
My bad.
It's called Lament for the Destruction. And it's an instrumental, super epic sounding. It feels like a landscape of metal, like a landscape in the Egyptian desert. It's beautiful. It's really slowish and really crushing, but beautiful.
Yeah, that was the one I was describing as a change of consciousness. Just like you feel like you're soaring, like you're traveling, getting sucked into. And if anyone's familiar with ancient Egypt and the desert, that's exactly what walking through that desert is probably like. Yeah. Yabelka says, damn, that's a huge amount. I only have like 500 CDs. That's impressive too. Shit. Anyone that collects physical media, I think that's fantastic. And
I have like 1,600 or so CDs, maybe 1,800, something like that. I have a lot of CDs. But once I heard that Mousebong had 3,000, over 3,000, I was like, oh my gosh. Just imagine moving something like that. Like for my CDs, I think my CDs comprise like 12 boxes, and they're fucking heavy. And walking them into the moving van and then out, like pain in the ass.
Oh, it is. But still, though, that's like having the ability to grab golden classics at the touch of a hand. And I know people, young people probably argue, oh, well, you can do the same thing with Spotify. Let's go. No, as a matter of fact, that's not true, because there are epic bands that, are from, let's say 30, 40 years ago, and they don't have the entire catalog digitized. Let's take Danzig, for example. He doesn't have his entire catalog on Spotify. He doesn't. So if you missed out on getting the CD or the vinyl, you can't just dial it up and listen to it, or you might have to use 3 or 4 different, services to finally get to what you're looking for. Personally, I'd rather hear it on vinyl. It's like you're right there in the fucking room with them. Seriously. The quality is that fucking good. That's the difference. That is truly the difference between people who get digitized music and those that buy that physical copy. Oh, goodness. Babylon says, I have totes and totes of them. Nice. Mousebong says, I can't pass Spotify down to my kids. Exactly right. That's not something physical, and shit, by the time they're getting into that or whatever, it may not even be on there. You just never know.
Oh, that new Alcest album is really good, King Igor.
Nice. Ulcerate, yep. We're definitely big on that record, brother. Ooh, what a good one. He also mentions, let's see, Scarcity, the Promise of Isan. Yep, we mentioned that. Oh man, I'll fuck that name up. Borknager.
Yeah, that album's been getting quite a bit of attention as well.
I'm gonna have to listen to it. And then there's Alcest with Le Chance de no. My French fucking sucks, guys. I'm just gonna tell you that straight up. But thank you for joining and listening and letting us know about those. So now I'm gonna have to check those out. Super cool. Cody says, I'm starting my CD collection over his were stolen. Gotcha. No worries there. Babylon says, I've seen some bands do physical media only. That's going to become a new normal. I'm telling you that right now. Because everyone, I think at the end of the day, people are going to choose Bandcamp over any streaming service. Except for videos. I think people will always use YouTube for that. But there are a lot of bands right now that are boycotting those streaming services because they don't do anything for the artist. The one band that I interviewed on Friday is a shining example of that. Embodiment, the death metal band out of Tennessee. They have put it off until now because the lead vocalist and founding member said, after 30 years, I want to be able to leave something for my kids. So now I'm deciding to put 6 of the albums on streaming service because he thinks that might be the only way, his kids will be able to get to it. I don't blame him. I really don't. Let's see. Babylon says vinyl or 8-track. They are so much more richer. They are. Man, even cassettes were good. Don't even say they weren't, in my opinion. King Igor says Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum of the Last Human. Never heard of that. I will definitely take a look. Shit. You guys are giving us some homework. I love it. Yabelka says, so the quality of sound on vinyl is better than CD. Leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Some people might argue, but
Bandcamp is just a lot. It's a much better way to directly support a band.
Yes.
And they'll let you listen to it for free for a few times at least.
Yep.
If you listen to a track a whole bunch of times, then you're gonna get prompted to come on, buy it. You like it, buy it. They're gonna kind of say that, and that's cool. They support the bands. You get to name your price. You don't pay much.
Nope.
To Bandcamp. It's not like Spotify. You're just getting hoarded out in Spotify.
I mean, you got to let's think of it in these terms. You pay $10 a month to have Spotify Premium. Well, for 1 month's subscription fee, you can own the physical copy and it directly supports the artist.
Mm-hmm.
You can't beat that shit with a stick. You guys want concert tees, hoodies, hats, thongs, whatever the fuck that bands can come up with to make, and you want to get it at a cheaper price, start buying physical copies of their music. That is what in the end will kind of help with the price of things. Because right now, I mean, you're paying 40, 50, 60, probably upwards to $75 for certain items because the venues are taking 25% of their merch. So they have to jack it up just to make a profit. Why? When you can go to Bandcamp and get it for a cheaper price, God damn it. And again, you're directly supporting the band. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I totally agree with you, Mouseball. I love buying straight from the band. Who doesn't? Which is why we need more Mousebongs and Yabelkas out there and the rest of you guys going out to shows, whether it's a big band or it's a big band of the underground and they're playing your neighborhood fucking, hole in the wall bar. Instead of them playing for 5 people, give them 100. You know what I mean? Go out and support them. Let me see here. That's so funny. Mousebong says I'm a merch whore at every show I go to. And that's awesome. I wish everyone could be like you. That's for sure. Yabelka says I support the artist. Hell yeah. Awesome. All you guys are awesome out there. Whoops. My bad. All right.
And an update on my album with Reaper. I finally got to hear Reaper's drumming. And so I'm really excited about this song. A lot of great off-time things going on with fills and stuff like that. Fucking just blew it out. And so now I'm going through and I'm talking about levels with the guy, but I really like the first kind of dirty version he's presented me, all of the drums are up. He's got a couple of things that are way too loud,
Sure.
like some big crashes.
I was going to
Or
say
it
probably
sounds
the
like you were
cymbals.
hitting the ride really, really hard, like the outside edge of the ride really hard, and he's got that just too high. But that's about it. Like I really like how the mix he's given me already. There's some things in my vocals that I want more prominent. So I'm just going through and detailing that, and then hopefully we can send this off and then get the album put out.
Fuck yeah. And it, and it's really kind of funny because I told him when we first started working together, I'm like, these cymbals will cut. They will cut through the mix. You don't have to have them prominent, just prominent enough that you don't get a quick attack and it goes away. So, I'm just tickled pink that you really liked what I did with that last track. I'm excited about it too. It was so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Babylon says, can't wait for my Morgrot and goddamn program tees to come in. Thank you for supporting, man. Fucking love that. You guys are the best. Hell yeah, Mouse Bong. I know. You'll definitely dig it. It's very cutting edge, in my opinion. I haven't heard anything else like this. It's very, very original. Hoofbeast is definitely an amazing composer, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
Thanks.
Oh, Babylon says, I'm jealous, Hoof and Reaper. Can't wait for BTHM.
Yeah, on that note, Babylon, that ain't happening for months. I got too much like major stuff. Like I'm in the process of trying to sell my store, and then I've got to move across the country, and I got major changes, so I don't have time for that right now. I'm like, it's been a week since I've had the song, and I haven't been able to get to it and kind of send it back to the mix and the master guy. I've just been so busy. Well, it took me 2 fucking nights to get my new phone, which was
right. What did you end up on, by the way?
I got the new Galaxy S24 Ultra.
You left the iPhone.
Yeah, I did. No. I wasn't going to, and I love it. It's been really, really nice. I really like it.
I totally believe it, though.
Yeah, it's really good.
Those premium Samsung phones are probably the only Android that I will ever say has a great success rate.
It's really nice.
What the fuck? You could shoot a movie on that fucking phone.
It's got a really good zoom on it. Like you can really zoom in with this thing. That's nice. The big camera there. It's really nice.
Yabalka says we have the same cell. I'm with Mousebong on this. That thing has like 5 cams on it. That's why I said he could shoot a whole fucking movie on that thing. Babylon says it's all good, Hoof. In time. I live that life also. For sure, man. Come on. Stop hating on the Apple, people. Nothing is wrong with it. The moment.
All right, Cody.
I know. I get it.
I liked my iPhone. I really liked my iPhone. But the assistant manager at the T-Mobile store, she said, we get way more iPhones in with problems than we do Samsung.
I guess I'm just lucky. Or I'm not looking up as much porn as they are.
Oh, I liked mine. Like I had the 13 Pro Max. I really liked it. It was good for me, but it took me a while, and I was really annoyed with that phone for about 2 years. And then the last 6 months, I started liking it. But this Samsung Galaxy, like right away, I like it. Like it's really good.
Right on. Cool.
Lizzie's with you and your iPhone now.
Yay. Mousebong is too. Yay. I mean, the beautiful thing about an iPhone is, as long as there's a Wi-Fi connection, if for any reason your service sucks or whatever, you can still send messages and connect. That's what I love about it. Because you can't do that with an Android because, once it's out, it's out. It's probably saved my ass more times than I care to admit. But then again, I'm always living on the edge, What? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So Babylon says, I still use my iPhone 6. I was like, dude, how is that thing still working? But he says he uses it for recording and filming. Yeah, I totally understand that. Damn. You have the 14 Pro Max? Whew, that's like a $2,000 phone. Fuck off. I'm still riding the coattails of the 13. I can't help it. It's a little more in my budget. Lizzie says, we have the 13 mini, but I use my old SE to record audio tracks. That's because the iPhone has one of the best built-in mics, sound system, all that shit. I mean, I've done radio spots with using that and sending that to them. Oh, there's just so much you can do with it. But anyway.
Well, I think 2/3 of all iPhones have Samsung parts in them.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, that's what the expert at T-Mobile told me. Supposed expert.
Probably gets a kickback for every Samsung that they sell.
But it's a good phone, and I can compare it. I can compare it, and I liked in the end, I got comfortable with the iPhone, and I liked it, but this is like right out the gates. I really like it. It's a good phone.
Hell yeah. All righty, guys. That is our synopsis of this great album. There is no excuse. You know where to go. But I'm telling you now that once you give this album a full listen to, it will make you want to buy it. I guarantee it. So definitely check it out. See how it sits with you. Take what we've said and see if it holds up when you give it a listen yourself. Because in the end, it's up to you, But I mean, just from that 30-second clip earlier, I think you got a really good sense for what we're talking about and why we're so excited about it. Thank you all so much for joining us on a Monday night. Oh, shoot. I forgot to play the thing. You see what kind of day I'm having?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. How did Kyler and I let you get away with that?
I don't know.
You got to do it.
All right. Let me pull it up here.
Mommy Milkers Monday.
It's only right. It's tradition around here. It's so funny when I'm looking through my videos and the first thing I see is this. Got it! How did I forget this? Yeah. My bad. My bad, everybody. Now you got your dose. But no, definitely. You guys have been fucking awesome. Comments have been so much fun. It's like, you're right there with us. And just to, it's an honor to discuss an album like this with you guys. You guys are so intelligent, so musically diverse. We love that shit. And it's good getting your viewpoint as well. So definitely don't forget. As a matter of fact, this will come out tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and let you guys know now since I got you. Coming this Thursday on Reaper's Underground. Yep, I know I'm burning the candle at both ends, but damn it keeps me busy. I have an actor and musician coming on, so it's kind of the best of both worlds, horror and metal together. His name is Tracy, but his character is known as Sebastian the Vampire. He has been in some really cool fucking movies, and it's out on Tubi right now called Deadlines. He will be making his appearance on the Underground on Thursday night, so join us for that. And then Saturday night, motherfuckers, you know it's time to sin like nobody else in this world. That's right, the goddamn program will be back and in effect this Saturday night at 8 p.m. CST, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Yep, Mouse Bong. Tubi is where to find all the best in indie horror. Tubi is the place, and you don't have to pay for it. So no excuses. I know that I've reached a pinnacle in my acting career when one of my films makes it there. So I've already been on Prime, but you got to pay for that. I want you guys to be able to see it for free because I love y'all. But hopefully you guys will have a great day tomorrow, especially if you have the Tuesday commute. Just remember, you know, when you wake up and you go to put on that playlist for your Tuesday morning woes, I want you to jam out this new fucking Nile record immediately. And when people look at you weird for doing the windmill in the car, stay heavy.